This year's Sugar Bowl is a rematch. It is the Georgia Bulldogs versus Hotty Toddy Ole Miss Rebels. Now, it was a shootout the last time around, and Georgia's defense held in the fourth quarter, and their offense scored 17 for them to be able to win that game. Now, Ole Miss has got a lot more fire in them this time around, but looking at how they played Tulane, well, you pretty much have a same team, but still a little bit more fire to them. Georgia has done nothing but get better over the season. You saw when they played Alabama, they decided that they weren't playing around no more. And yeah, Georgia scored a little bit less. They got similar defenses. Maybe Ole Miss is a little bit better looking on paper, but you have to wonder a few things on this. But we're going to go by the numbers on this game. Now, by the numbers, it looks different than my thought processes, and I'm probably going to go beyond my. I'm probably going to go with my thought processes on this one. Gunnar Stockton has matured as the years went on. This team has had the chance to recover from the beating that they got from Alabama, even though they won the game. They didn't look it at the end of the game. This is yet again, this is Georgia having to play 10 SEC teams in a season. Ole Miss just came off of a pretty easy win versus Tulane. You know, Tulane's a good team and all, but they aren't an SEC team, don't have the talent. And to be perfectly honest with you, I never really thought Jake Retzlaff was that good this year. Nor did I think Tulane was that good this year. They got into the right positions at the right time, and they held at the right time. And it's nothing against Tulane. I've watched it. If you go back to my channel, power ratings. They weren't even the best team power ratings wise most of the year in the AC. But they did beat Duke. And Duke did become the national or the ACC champions. This is going to be an interesting game. It really is. And honestly, I think that Kirby Smart was able to turn his team into something far more by the end of the year. And Ole Miss has primarily been the same team. They just happen to have a lot more fire right now. So we're going to take a look at this. We're going to take a look at it by the numbers. We're going to talk about this at the end of this. So let's get into this here game. Before we get into the crux of this video, hit like, hit subscribe if you like college sports, because I do college sports, primarily college football, college women's gymnastics, do a little basketball and other sports on occasion, but that's what I do, college. Also, General Robert Neyland, former University of Tennessee head football coach for decades, had 7 maxims to win any game, but they can also help you if you apply them correctly to your life. The second one is play for and make the breaks. When one comes your way, score. That is a maxim that can be also applied to your life. Look for those breaks and take it. Now, since Georgia's got to go farther away, Gunnar Stockton, QB1, 251 at 355, 70.7% completion rate, 2,691 yards through the air, thrown for 23 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Total from their QB room is 24 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 18 sacks on their opposing or on their quarterbacks. Now, rushing, Nate Frazier's got 158 carries, 861 yards, 59-yard long run, 6 touchdowns. Chauncey Bowens, 98 for 516, 6 touchdowns. Gunnar Stockton, 116, 442, 8 touchdowns. Dwight Phillips has got one. Josh McCray, 51 for 138, 3 touchdowns. Dylan Bell, 17, 109, 2 touchdowns. Bo Walker, 22 for 100, 3 touchdowns. So 29 on the ground. They're 24 through the air. Zachariah Branch, 73 for 744. Got 5 touchdowns. Kobe Young's got a touchdown. Dylan Bell's got 2 touchdowns. London Humphrey's got 3. Noah Thomas has got 4. Lawson Lucky's got 4. A few other guys got 1 for 24 touchdowns. So they can score. Now, defensively, they got 20 sacks on opposing quarterbacks. That's some low numbers right there. That actually is some group of 5. That's a group of 5 number right there. They do have 44 pass deflections, 9 interceptions, 4 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries. To be honest with you, these are some middling numbers, if not even low in a lot of cases. Now, leading tacklers, C.J. Allen, 85 tackles, 3.5 sacks, 4 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery. Raylan Wilson, 70 tackles, 2.5 sacks, 1 pass deflection. K.J. Bolden, 66 tackles, 4 pass deflections, 2 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery. Chris Cole, 53 tackles, 4.5 sacks, 2 pass deflections. Their numbers aren't bad, and they're working as a team. Penalty-wise, well, I ain't going to get into that. It's the SEC. We're not even going to get into it. But here's the thing. Their defense has been doing enough to slow everybody down so that the offense can score. There's only been, other than the Georgia game, or other than the Tennessee game, there's really only been one game that they had problems with, and that was the earlier season Alabama game. Think about that for a second. Alabama was the only team that beat them this year. They're 12-1. Alabama beat them 24-21. That was close. And this is something that Georgia does. They play close. They went 16-9 against Georgia Tech. Now, Texas was 35-10 beat down. Florida was 24-20. That's a rivalry. You can't get into the rivalries. And 16-9 for Georgia Tech. That's a rivalry game. Auburn was 20-10. Kentucky was 35-14. Tennessee, though, that was the closest thing to them having a second loss for this team. And this defense has held just enough so that their offense under Gunnar Stockton can score when they need to score. If they need to ratchet it up, the defense does. And this offense does what they need to do at the right times. They're not trying to be flashy. Most of their gains aren't massive. They aren't doing super flashy, they're not doing super breakout plays. I mean, yeah, Nate Frazier's got a 59-yarder. He's the only one that's got over 50 yards in a run, in both the receiving and rushing. This is a team that gets it done and they draw it out. They kind of have a little ball control. They have a decent defense, and they've got an offense that does what it needs to do too. Now, the Ole Miss Rebels got Trinidad Chambliss. Now, hey, I'm going to say this. Man's a great quarterback. 241 to 362, 66.6% completion rate, 3,298 yards through the air, 19 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, been sacked 13 times. Throwing in all the quarterbacks, 23 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 18 sacks. Now, rushing, Kawan Lacey, 273 rushes, 1,366 yards, 59-yard long run, 21 touchdowns. Trinidad Chambliss, 124 for 506, 8 touchdowns. Logan Diggs, 29 for 179, 51-yard long run, 4 touchdowns. Damian Taylor, 28 for 130, 2 touchdowns. Got another guy that's got a touchdown. They got 36 touchdowns on the ground. Through the air, Harrison Wallace caught 48 balls, 738 yards, 55-yard long run, 3 touchdowns. Deuce Alexander, 41 for 664, 88-yard run, and 2 touchdowns. DeJohn Stribling, 43 for 612, 75-yard long run, 6 touchdowns. DeQuan Wright, 34 for 553, 64-yard long run, 4 touchdowns. Caden Lee, 35 for 549, 62-yard long run, 3 touchdowns. Winston Watkins got 1. Caleb Odom's got 2. They got 23 through the air. So they've got an explosive offense with guys that can bust a move real quick. Now let's look at their defense. 27 sacks on opposing quarterbacks. A little bit better, or it is better than Georgia. Hey, Pete Golden's got a good offense, or got a good defense going. 48 pass deflections, 8 interceptions, no scores on them. Pass defense could be a little bit better. There are teams that are better, but this is not bad. 8 forced fumbles, 5 fumble recoveries. They're not that good at stripping the ball, but they can get to opposing quarterbacks a little bit better. TJ Daughtry's got 83 sacks, or 83 tackles, half a sack, 2 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles. Sugarine Perkins got 68 tackles, 2 sacks, 4 pass deflections, 1 interception, 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble recovery. Wyatt Williams, 60 tackles, 8 pass deflections, 3 interceptions, 1 fumble recovery. And Will Eccles, 57 tackles, 4.5 sacks, 3 pass deflections. So they've got a good defense that has done some great things. Except, hey, they got beat by Georgia, of course. I'm looking at this. They've got an explosive offense. Trinidad Chambliss, far better of a quarterback. I will give him that. Kwan Lacey, hey. But here's the thing. You shut him down, you shut down most of their offense right there. Trinidad Chambliss, hey, he can RPO with the best of them. I can't talk highly enough about Trinidad Chambliss. This guy was found, and dear Lord, has he done some things. And I like that about him. Harrison Wallace, Deuce Alexander, DeJohn Stribling, DeQuan Wright. Hey, those guys, they do a lot of work on the receiving side. TJ Daughtry on the defense. It's a good offense. Not amazing, but it's a good offense, or it's a good defense, not amazing. And their offense, let me tell you something, they've got an explosive offense. You know, they've done some great things, and Pete Golding, I think, is a good coach for them. I'm looking at this, and I'm going, hey, Ole Miss has been a good team all year long. Serious. I am not holding anything against this Ole Miss team. I mean, they beat Tulane twice. They handled everybody that was put in front of them except for Georgia. And that was between the hedges. It wasn't like it was in Ole Miss. No, it was between the hedges. LSU was a close one. Got to bring up LSU. Arkansas was a close one, but Arkansas was playing some games close. They just couldn't win anything. Didn't have that extra fire. Washington State was a close one. Oklahoma, hey, they beat Oklahoma. But I'm looking at what I'm seeing from the latter portion for Georgia. Georgia had to get Gunnar Stockton to that point. Yeah, he played some games last year. Don't get me wrong. Gunnar Stockton played some games last year. But this year, it was all on him. And he had to adapt. And Georgia starts out slow every year. And you saw what they did against Alabama. Ole Miss played a solid year. They played a very solid year. They belong in the college football playoff. I am not doubting that they belong in the college football playoff. They got to play Tulane again. Sugar Bowl's in New Orleans. Nolans is really close to Oxford. But I'm looking at this, and I don't see that this shouldn't be a Georgia game. For the simple fact of Kirby Smart knows what he's doing. Kirby Smart also is looking at this and going, we didn't do it last year. It's time to do it this year. And don't think that Kirby Smart ain't got the right kind of mindset to go with that. He's got 2 national championships. He's got a team that he had to cultivate all the way up to this year. I want to see what he does. Now, is this going to be a good game? Yes. The first one was a classic. This game is going to be a classic. And I am not saying that I don't think that Ole Miss can win this game. I honestly think either one of it could be a draw. I don't know what the pros are saying. I could look it up, but I don't know what the pros are saying. But this is going to be a close game. Pete Golden's got a lot that he wants to see in this game. But you know what? Kirby Smart's been there, done that, got multiple T-shirts, and I honestly think that he's in the mood to get to that next step. He wants to see who he's going to face in the next game, and he wants to get to that next step. So I honestly think that this is going to be a Bulldogs game. Even though I ain't a massive fan of the Bulldogs, I ain't a massive fan of Ole Miss, but in all honesty, I do think that it's going to be the Bulldogs in this one. This has been Paul, the with Redneck Sports. Y'all have a good day now. Bye. Hey, that's my video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And comment. Don't forget that either. Hey, this has been Paul with
Artlist.io.
Redneck Thinker Media. I do sports, I do politics. Hit like, subscribe. And y'all, this has been Paul. Y'all have a good day now. Bye.